the nominees for Best Selection of Men who sing and dance like little angels are the 17th biggest act to come from a TV talent show, One Direction, and Asia's biggest export since the animal cruelty glorifying Pokemon franchise, BTS! ONE-D and BTS are presented side by side. Members are posing, flexing, and growling, trying to look tough. First of all, neither are actually the biggest boy band in the world today. ONE-D and BTS are shocked by this statement. That honor goes to Riktigt Stora Gitarr, a Swedish punk a cappella group featuring 4 performers with gigantism. Camera pans right to reveal a group of 5 very tall Swedish punk rockers, RSJ, who tower over BTS and ONE-D. RSJ don't pose, they're tough and they know it. ONE-D and BTS look on in awe and terror at RSJ's stature. Though it is fair to say that these behemoths of Swedish rap-a-pella haven't quite taken the world by storm as much as they've taken downtown Stockholm. RSJ's members, now gigantic, tower over buildings like Godzilla and shoot laser beams crashing into towers and cause havoc in the streets of Stockholm. So how will we compare ONE-D and BTS? Only one of these groups are still together, with ONE-D on hiatus, having already officially lost 1 member. ONE-D appear, but without their 5th member. They look around, puzzled. Former ONE-D member Zayn appears on his own, looking like a spoilt child having a tantrum. I want to be a normal 22-year-old. Zayn stamps his foot and goes off in a huff before entering his multi-million-dollar mansion. Through the window, we can see Zayn is throwing a huge party and is surrounded by lots of attractive women. He chugs a bottle of alcohol and then falls over. There are even rumors of ONE-D becoming a 3-piece. ONE-D members all stare at each other, pointing in an accusatory fashion. Think Spider-Man meme, where 2 identical Spider-Man point at each other. BTS appear, they point and laugh at ONE-D's inner turmoil. BTS, on the other hand, have lasted much longer, still operating as a 7-piece, despite rumors of several members being removed and replaced by clones. BTS gasp! One by one, each member is plucked out and then replaced with similar, but not quite the same, doppelganger. Having each member replaced by a clone and still sticking together, that takes commitment. This one goes to BTS. ONE-D and BTS stare off. BTS has a number of seriously talented members. They can sing, rap, dance, and are multilingual. BTS members start dancing, singing, and pulling off hip-hop poses. Beat that, No Direction. BTS high-five each other, ONE-D step up. One Direction can sing, and ONE-D sing, but their dancing is just hopping up and down. I think Niall plays guitar? Niall takes out a guitar and begins to very badly play Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb.
BTS laugh.
Do any of you play guitar?
BTS look amongst themselves. No one does. They hang their heads in shame. Score 1 for No Direction. ONE-D look at and scold the camera. I mean, One Direction. But does any of this really matter? Random people appear. They shake their head dismissively. Yes, it does. Shut up, you. Also, please like this video and click the bell to receive notifications. What I mean is, doesn't talent and group dynamics pale in comparison to what's really important? Random audience members shrug their shoulders. Social media numbers. It's all about friends, followers, twits, and tickle talkers. BTS and 1D each stand to one side of a large whiteboard. Whiteboard is divided in half with one side for each band. One Direction have a butt ton of YouTube followers, whereas BTS have a very slightly larger butt tone. Now One Direction have a crapload of Twitter fans, with BTS having slightly less. Things start to heat up with Instagram, where BTS beat 1D by 50%. But take Facebook into account, and 1D decimate their Asian counterparts by a whopping 3 times over. 1D are victorious. Their celebrations are a bit much. They fall to the ground cheering, they spray champagne, etc., etc.
Facebook? That's like old ladies like your aunt playing lame computer games from the 00s.
Old lady playing Candy Crush or Farmville. 1D's celebrations subside as they reflect on this new information.
We have more old lady fans.
1D cheer and return to their over-the-top celebrations. And speaking of fans, what of the real-life fan base? 1D have the Directioneers. Fans gather round 1D, mostly 30-plus to middle-aged women. BTS fans are called the Army. BTS are surrounded by an actual military unit. We do what you command, my lord.
We command you dance to our music? And scream really loudly for us?
That will be done. The Army changed style to young adult/teenage girls. Nightclub-style lights lower from the ceiling. It is party time! They all begin dancing to BTS music as occasional high-pitched random screams come from the crowd.
Smooth like butter, like a criminal undercover, going pop like trouble, breaking into your heart like that.
BTS smile and nod approvingly. 1D look upon their much older and less nimble fan base. Is that a Zimmer frame? Camera reveals an older fan does indeed have a Zimmer frame.
I hurt my hip while dancing.
1D look defeated. BTS perform a variety of genres, providing a virtual meal deal of diverse tunes from pop, rap, hip-hop, and R&B. BTS members are dressed in several different costumes from rock, rap, R&B, etc. 1D do pop, teen pop, and rock pop. 1D are all dressed in pretty similar bland clothes, which are all basically the exact same thing, just with the guitar volume heightened or lowered to taste. 1D look ashamed.
Nice meal deal. More like a salad with several types of lettuce. Burn.
BTS high-five each other like jocks. But enough of this nonsense. Who is our winner? 1D and BTS stand on stage waiting in anticipation. And the award for the group that needs to make all their money before reaching 30 and becoming yesterday's news goes to Rick Ticket Storage Guitar. Rick Ticket Storage Guitar in giant form enter, causing all sorts of havoc using their laser beams and massive size to destroy the stage and scare off both bands. RSJ member steps on, rushes on as he attempts to escape. A random hand enters from off-screen and presents a tiny trophy to the lead singer of RSJ. He takes the trophy, raises it in the air, and lets out a Godzilla-type roar.